opinion, man, why do most independent films lose money?
I don't know. I don't know if they really lose money.
Yes, they do, man. They all lose money. There's like 95% of independent films don't make money. I want to know, in your opinion, like you are a unicorn, sir. You are a unicorn. There's not many filmmakers that make a lot of money in this business, let alone they might make one movie or two movies, but to string along 20 movies in a course of 15 years is an unheard of feat. It is a rarity. I've seen it. I know it. Trust me. So, in your opinion, what are some mistakes that filmmakers make that could better their chances to make money? Let's put it that way.
Okay, I think what we just discussed is very important. Meaning that when you do your budget, try to keep your budget pretty low. Without ruining the quality of what you're putting out. But at the same time, make sure you put in your budget. Room for a trailer, your 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 artwork, and things like that. So you have to definitely deal with an entertainment attorney. And not only that is that you have to the distribution companies have to know that you will audit them as well. They have to know that, like you're not afraid. Like I was dealing with one company. Now I don't want to name the company, but I was dealing with one company that I had told them, like, look, if we don't get this thing straight, I'm gonna have to audit you all. And that's what we had to do. And every time you audit a company, you're gonna trust me, you're gonna find money every single time. So if distribution companies were more honest, filmmakers can actually, they were more honest, filmmakers can actually make a living out of doing this. But at the same time, yeah. But at the same time, filmmakers have to be, you have to think like this as a business. And if like for us who, if you don't understand like the business aspect of it, get people around you who know the business. Don't be afraid to sit down with a person, a business owner, and say, okay, or actually getting your book and reading your book and doing your research. Like, every single day you should be finding out what is going on with Netflix, what is going on with Hulu, what is going on with Amazon, what is going on with the major studios, things like that. What is going on with companies. Mm-hmm.
So what's going on with companies in the business and stuff?
Right.
What are you not self-distributing yourself? Like, are you only licensing? Are you not going to like SVOD yourself or TVOD yourself or AVOD or anything like that with your films? Are you not self-distributing? There are no other revenue streams coming in other than licensing it to TV and licensing it to other places?
Well, so I have foreign too. So what
Okay.
I do is, I have foreign. So I have whenever I do a deal, so when I do a Netflix deal, I have a guy who takes it over to Netflix for me.
Mm-hmm.
So Alan Blackwell, who I've been working with since, who gave me my first deal, and so what he does is, he takes the film, he takes it to Netflix, but outside of that, I'm doing everything else. Like I do a deal with Mnet, which is a company out in South Africa. Any other companies that we deal with, I'm doing those deals myself.
Now, you said something really interesting in another interview, and I had to bring it up here. I've been dying to hear this. You say that most people say black films don't travel well, that it is and you're saying that's a myth, where like
Oh yeah.
urban films and the whole subgenre of urban films, African American films, black films, that they don't travel well. Like they don't go well in Europe, they don't go well in the Middle East, or in Asia and things like that. What's your experience?
Well, my experience, because here's the thing, my experience has been absolutely amazing. Here's why. Even when you're dealing with comedies in general don't do very
Travel.
well.
Mm-hmm.
They don't travel very well. So when you're looking at most black films are comedies.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're looking at the more serious films, and like my films, like if you take a film like, let's just say like Black Butterfly, or a film like Black and Privilege, right? Like those films, a film like Black Coffee, those films have done very well in Africa, because we have 1.8 billion people in Africa. You have all these people in the Caribbean. You have all these people in Europe. So, and my films have done very well. Like a guy in Nigeria sends me a inbox, and he has a picture of Black Coffee, and it's been bootleg over in Nigeria, in Nigeria. And so, I know from experience, like even when I did the film, I Used to Love Her. I used to love her. I've sold so many copies. I sold copies in Amsterdam, like, and this was me doing self-distribution and just
This is a
people,
DVDs or
just DVDs. And I would just mail these DVDs off, like
also,
in Europe.
but this is self-distribution, so you're just targeting those people yourself. You're not actually making deals with distributors in those areas.
Right. This is me going directly to the people, not to the distribution company. But as far as when you're talking about Black Coffee, Black and Privilege, like Black and Privilege is on Mnet. I'm sure you're familiar with Mnet. Mnet is like the major broadcast television company in Africa. Mm-hmm. So when you're dealing with but they reach like 50 I think like 50 countries in Africa, and so when you're dealing with Mnet, I deal directly with Mnet. Now the only market that I haven't hit as far as with on net and when it comes to like network, the broadcast companies is the Caribbean market, and that's one of the things I'm working with. I'm working with a guy named Joel, and he's out of St. Martin, and I flew out there. I did a workshop in St. Martin. And so I'm working with him now to see how we can get our projects over to the Caribbean market. So there are these markets, but the thing is that we know comedies don't do well overseas. So if Black people just putting out comedies, of course, like they don't understand a comedy. They don't understand the Medea. They don't understand like the those type of the jokes.
But the thrillers and the dramas, they do.
The thrillers and the dramas, they do. And those do well. Like I have done very well in those different markets.
And yeah, man, you got to read that book, man. There's so much money you're leaving on the table. I want to help you, man. I want to get you more money for your projects because I think you're doing such an amazing job, man. Really, you are an inspiration without question, man. You're an inspiration. I hope everyone listening, gets up off their butt and stops complaining about it and stops with this lottery ticket mentality. Like, this movie is going to blow me up. This is the one that's going to get me the Hollywood deal. And you're like, nah, man, you're out of Hollywood. You're out of the system. So you're in Chicago and you're just you're making your movies. You're doing your thing. I'm selling it locally. I'm doing this, and this. And you're building a business for yourself, man. And you're supporting your friends, your family, your team rely on you and what you're doing. I mean, it's really wonderful, man. It really, really is wonderful, man. So I congratulate you 100%, brother.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.